Hello, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I want to look at Libra for the month of June 2021. Of course, Libra is ruled by Venus at the moment. Venus is sitting right alongside Mercury and the Sun in Gemini. And so you would be feeling anything around communication. Mercury going retrograde at the end of May and then going direct at the end of June, all will have an impact on you. Venus is really quite active during this month. So we have here Venus on the 2nd enters Cancer. So Cancer, of course, is a sign of feelings, emotions. Cancer is a cardinal sign. So, you could find that you're led in a way by your emotions this month. You've got some really nice aspects though. Venus is trining Jupiter. So I think overall for Libra, I'm getting the vibe that, that you've had of course, to make these decisions that you've made in the past that have led you to new pathways, new experiences, new situations. But I feel that this month it's like you kind of there's a feeling of gratitude for what you've done and that you've left certain things behind. And you're feeling the freedom of that. So there's an expansiveness of, I think it is your authenticity, who you are. And you're really grateful for that. I can feel this kind of happy kind of vibe for you during the month of June. Venus is sextiling Uranus on the 12th, and of course that again is another harmonious, positive aspect. Any change that you encounter in June, it'll be fine. You'll be fine with it. There's nothing much that will hold you back. On the 21st, of course, Venus is trining Neptune. Again, another positive or, harmonious type of aspect to Neptune. So you could want to get creative toward the end of this month. Neptune is about plumbing the depths, and it's that watery. Again, the accent is on the emotions and the depth of emotions. So just as much as we feel pain and stress, but we also, on the other hand, can feel joy and passion and inspiration. And Venus enters Leo on the 26th of June. And of course, Leo is the fire sign. So it could be you're resonating in your recent decisions and feeling a lot of gratitude, I feel. And then we move, as the Venus moves into the Sun, it moves into Leo, which of course is the Sun card in the tarot. It's kind of time for action and to get moving on your plans, which will take you forward over the next latter half of the year. So let's have a look at the Shaman Dream Oracle, and then we'll move to the Tarot of Mystical Moments and drill down. So let's get some overarching messages from Spirit for Libra in the month of June. Overarching messages for Libra for the month of June. Overarching messages. The crossing, initiation. There is something new that it's not a future card. I think you've already embarked on that. And this initiation, the crossing, I feel you've already done that in a way. You've had this change of circumstances. This is initiating you into a new pathway. There are multiple new pathways coming forward for you. This has been a time of change, and this is almost like a gateway to something new. So you could feel like you're a novice, because that's what an initiate is. You could feel you're a bit of a novice in this new direction, but I feel that you're negotiating it quite fine. I don't feel any real problems around that. I think you've got really solid foundations to bring to this situation. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Well, Gemini got that as well. And I feel this is the eclipse on the solar eclipse on the 10th. Have a look at where the transits are in your chart around that time. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the sign of communication. So it could be you in your conversations around that eclipse time, solar eclipse time on the 10th of June. You might have to be really precise with your words so that you're taken in the way that you're intended to be taken. So be mindful. Yeah, it is mindful. Be mindful of who you're talking to and what you're talking to people about around that time. And tailor your words to, be mindful of your words, but tailor your words to the person or the situation that you find yourself in. Set the intentionality for the conversation. If you've got to have a difficult conversation, for example, set the intentionality for it before you even begin. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. There is a message here to put to stock up on the larder. I mean, that's just an analogy, but to put something away for the future. If you're looking at investments or superannuation or retirement savings, or even around your own health, if you're being pulled down by other people's burdens, this is about keeping enough back for yourself, whether that's financial or whether that's from a health and well-being point of view, protecting the future, so protecting the self. What's the base of the pact? Covenants, sacred covenants. You could be entering in to some kind of contract in June. Now that could be this could be where you need to do a little bit of protecting. You could be offered a new job, for example, or a change of position. Read the fine print and make sure that you protect yourself, protect your health, protect your well-being, protect your time before you sign on the dotted line of any contract. And we've got mindful, and we have group think. So, there could be a group learning that you're doing, or you could even be running some groups in June. Mindful, and the word mindful came up when I was reading on this intentionality. Because Mercury is retrograde until I think it is the 20th of June, be mindful of your words, particularly if you are doing any new work. Be mindful of your communication, and I know you are. Libra does that very, very well because they are the sign of justice, so they're very good mediators, conflict resolvers. They can see all sides, so it puts them in a unique position of seeing the conflict and then seeing the possibilities of how the conflict can be resolved. So you could be doing some of that work, Libra, I think, in June. All right, let's drill down with the Mystical Moments Tarot and see what specific messages I'm getting for you for Libra in the month of June. Show me what is coming up for Libra in the month of June. So we have issues, challenges, opportunities. What is coming up for Libra in June 2021? So first out, we have the Eight of Swords as a signifier card. Don't tie yourself up with worry. This could be around finances, putting enough away for the future. The only person that's imprisoning yourself in this case is you. The cage is open. You don't need to stay in it and build those bars out of worry. The Eight of Swords, challenged by the King of Cups. Yeah, there's a nurturing here. The King of Cups is a benign influence, and I feel that this is nurturing yourself. You don't need someone to do that for you. You can do that yourself. You're very independent. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Here's the happiness. So this is gratitude. This is, joy. This is dreams coming true, miracles occurring. It is a card that carries with it 9 cups, 9 cups, emotion, water, energy. I just feel a lot of gratitude around you for this month, a lot of happiness in the decisions that you've taken. 2 of Wands in the past, so you've had a plan, you've put it into action. It will take time to bear some fruit, so if you hit some rocky road, don't worry too much, because we've got something really coming into its fullness in time. The Ace of Swords, here's your energy right in this reading. It is in what is crowning this reading, this new start that you've enacted. You are the initiate. It could be early days, but look what you're holding. You're holding the key. You're holding the key to unlock so much in your mind, so much moving out of worry and into a more liberated kind of energy, I think, in June. Or you can see that's where you're going. Now, we've got the 5 of Cups. She's, really waiting, looking for these flowers. 3 flowers are floating by her. 2, she's already holding 2. Don't look back. Don't look back to where you've come from. Look forward to where you're going. And I think that's when you generate those feelings of gratitude. When we start to generate feelings of gratitude, we start to move into manifestation energy. The 9 of Wands. Okay. So there is a need to put those barriers up. Make sure that you are protecting yourself. Make sure you're saying no, because you run the risk of being depleted if you're at everybody's beck and call. If you can do that, put those barriers up so that you don't get your fingers pricked on those thorns, you actually enact some healing. There's a huge difference between being surrounded by, you could be the rose between 2 thorns, for example, and this card here, this liberation, the 6 of Wands, which is victory. So there is victory for you. The 10 of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. I do feel you're worried about finances at the moment. But, I'm feeling in the longer term, this might take some time to come to fruition. I feel that you're okay. Now we've got the Hermit card, which is September. A September time frame. It's like you've gone fishing and you're waiting for something to the catch of the day, and this could be something coming to fruition around September of this year. But it's also isolation and retreating away so that you can do some fairly serious introspection about this change that you've enacted recently. The 3 of Wands, you look toward those distant horizons, or you will be looking toward distant horizons. So this could be even a planning month for you, where you start to you may have already initiated something and then you're waiting for that ship to come in. And the 6 of Cups going back to the past. So you could be there could be some future gazing here as well. What's at the base of the pack? The Hanged Man, needing to look, something coming to a bit of a slowdown, needing to look at something in a different way. The Page of Swords, of course, a truth coming forward. It could be around children as well. Yeah, definitely, I think around children. The Page of Cups here, which can be a surprise of some sort. Life is not dull in June for you. You could have some family situations there that you feel are at a bit of a standstill. And you could even be called on to do some conflict resolution. You have made the change. It's a bit of a slow-moving process, but it will come to fruition. It will come to fruition eventually. There could be a need to retreat away from other people's demands or draws upon you and your energy. Make sure you have those boundaries there and you say no. If you are offered a position in June, read the fine print. Don't lock yourself into anything that will, be overly burdensome for you that you might regret later on. And make sure you take some time for yourself. Get that solitude that you need, because I'm also feeling that as well, Libra. So I'll leave it there. Have a fantastic June. And I'll be back again for another reading at the end of June for July. Thank you.